Hi everyone, my name is Wu Bingcheng, and today I'm going to do the last speech, the post-way speech. And here are my audience. Okay. So, before the speech starting, I will have some questions for you. What did you do to the clothes that are too old or cannot fit? What did you do to clothes that you cannot bring with you when you are relocated? The answer I would like to hear is just one word: donate. However, if the answer is not related to donate, it's fine. No matter what you did before, I hope you can start donates after listening to my speech, and I will be really appreciated. According to Medley John, in September 2015, 17 Sustainable Development Goals, also known as SDG, were adopted by world leaders at United Nations General Assembly. The goal number 1 is to end poverty in all its from everywhere. According to the UN's collection data, even though the number was keep dropping from 1919, there are still about 836 million people living on less than $1.25 per day. Although we are neither a millionaire or billionaires who can help lots on ending poverty, there are something we still can do to help essence every man. For example, donating clothes that are too old, too tight, or cannot to bring with when relocated. I learned about donating when I was 11, and I keep doing that for several years. Also, I did some additional research for this speech. Today, I'm going to persuade you to donate clothing to help the poor on 3 aspects: the average clothing expense for college students, the amount of waste of clothes, and the ways to donating clothes. Before we getting further, let's take a look at what is closely related to our life. As I mentioned above, 836 million people are living on $1.25 per day. Those people even cannot fill their belly, not to mention buying new clothes. On the other hand, let's have a look at average clothing expense for college students. According to a report from People's Jeffrey in 2016, teenagers will spend about 38% of their income on clothing, and according to Kathleen Scott, the average clothing expense for college students per year is about $2,050. If we divide the annual average clothing expense into days, it will be about $5.6 per day, which is about 5 times of the daily expense of poverty people. I do not mean that you should stop buying clothes or spend less amount of money on clothing. There is no right or wrong on spending habits. I'm just suggesting that we can help the poor by donating clothes that we do not need anymore. We will not be short of clothes since that large amount of clothing expense. After getting some understanding of the average clothing expense, we are now moving to the next stop, the amount of waste of clothes. Back to the question I asked at the very beginning: what do you do to clothes that are old, cannot fit, or cannot bring with when relocated? The answer that I do not want to hear the most is throw away. However, a lot of people keep doing that. Based on the Take Part magazine report in 2016, that's 26 billion pounds of clothes were tossed into US landfill every year, and only about 10% of people choose to donate. 26 billion pounds. Think about it. If those 26 billion pounds of clothes are handed over to poverty people, how many of them can stay away from disease because of keeping warm? I know that many of you would like to choose to donate clothes to help the poor, but just do not know how or where. Don't have to worry. I'm going to talk about it. There are many ways to find the donation stop near your home. The most simplest way is opening your computer and Google donation stop near me. According to Angela Curry, there are 16 ways to donate your clothing to charity. I'm not going to talk about all of them specifically due to the time limit. Uh, Two ways that I think that is most conventions are career agree and school clothing drives. These two are faced to different people. The category agree are aimed to help people with low income getting suits, formal shoes, and professional clothing. The school clothing drive makes it easier for students to donate clothing. Generally speaking, public schools do clothing drive once or twice a year, and students just have to take clothing that they want to donate to the donation stop at campus. In conclusion, as an everyman, as a college student, we can donate clothing that we do not need to help achieve the SDG number one. Donating is not difficult, and there are many ways for people to donate. So why not just start doing it right now? Thank you.